window is closing, and most people have absolutely no idea it's even open right now. What I'm about to show you has made ordinary people with zero technical skills, zero audience, and zero prior experience generate serious income online. And the crazy part is that we are still in the early stages of this shift. But here's the thing about early stages: they never feel early when you're in them. They always feel uncertain, they always feel risky, and that's exactly why most people miss them entirely. So if you've been looking for the right moment to make a real move online, you need to watch this entire video, because I genuinely believe what I'm sharing today is one of the most important financial windows of the last decade. Let me take you back for a second. Back to the early days of the internet, around the late 90s and early 2000s, there was this insane gold rush happening online. Regular people with no business background were throwing up basic websites, slapping some banner ads on them, and making thousands of dollars a month from pure traffic. It was wild. The barrier to entry was laughably low. The competition was almost non-existent, and the platforms practically begged people to participate. But here's what happened. Word got out. Thousands of people flooded in. Platforms got smarter, algorithms got more complex, and that easy window slammed shut almost overnight. Then it happened again. Around 2012 to 2015, YouTube and blogging exploded. Regular people were building audiences of millions with nothing more than a basic camera or a WordPress site. They were making life-changing money through ad revenue, sponsorships, and digital products. But again, the same pattern played out. The early movers cashed in massively. Then the platform matured, the competition intensified, and suddenly you needed a full production team. And years of grinding just to break through. Then it happened with Shopify dropshipping around 2016 to 2018. Then with Amazon FBA. Then with NFTs briefly, though that one burned a lot of people. And then with short-form content around 2020 to 2022. Every single one of these windows opened offered incredible opportunity to the people who moved early and then closed as the market got saturated. The pattern is absolutely undeniable when you look back at it. So what's the current window? What is the easy money phase that is happening right now in 2026 that most people are sleeping on? I'm going to break it down for you in a way that is completely actionable, and I'm going to tell you exactly why this particular window is different from anything we've seen before. And I'm also going to be honest with you about the risks, because anyone who tells you there are no risks is either lying or selling something. The current opportunity is centered around AI-assisted content creation and digital services. Now, before you roll your eyes and say you've heard this before, stick with me, because what I'm talking about is more specific and more nuanced than the generic AI hype you've been bombarded with. The real opportunity isn't just in using AI, it's in being one of the first people to build scalable systems around AI tools while businesses and individuals are still completely overwhelmed and undereducated about how to use them effectively. Think about what's actually happening right now in the business landscape. Small business owners, freelancers, coaches, consultants, local service providers. These people know they need to be creating content, building email lists, running ads, and managing their online presence. But the majority of them are completely lost. They don't understand prompt engineering. They don't know which tools are worth paying for. They don't know how to integrate AI into their existing workflow in any meaningful way. And here's where the opportunity lives. You become the person who understands this stuff just a little bit better than they do, and you solve that problem for them. This is not a new concept. This is literally how every single one of those previous windows worked. In 2012, you didn't need to be a YouTube expert to make money helping businesses get onto YouTube. You just needed to know more than them, which wasn't hard when most business owners were still figuring out basic social media. The gap between what average business owners understand and what early adopters understand is massive right now with AI, and that gap is the opportunity. Now let me get specific about what this actually looks like in practice, because vague inspiration is worthless. The people who are winning right now in this window are doing a handful of very specific things. They're offering what's being called AI implementation services, which basically means they go into a small business, audit what the business owner is currently doing manually and repetitively, and then they build simple AI-assisted workflows to handle those tasks faster and cheaper. We're talking about things like email marketing sequences, social media content calendars, customer service response templates, basic video scripts. Things that used to require a team or a significant budget are now achievable with the right prompts and the right tools. And the prices these people are charging are genuinely shocking. I've spoken to people doing this who are pulling anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 per client just for a basic setup and implementation package. Some of them are charging monthly retainers on top of that to manage and optimize these systems over time. And because most of them are operating with almost zero overhead, those numbers represent almost pure profit. Another area that is exploding right now is faceless content creation using AI. Channels that produce educational or informational videos using AI-generated voiceovers, AI-assisted scripts, and stock footage or simple animations are growing faster than almost any other category of YouTube channel right now. The reason this matters is that the barrier to starting one of these channels has dropped to almost nothing. You don't need to be on camera, you don't need a microphone, you don't even need to be a great writer. The tools available today can assist with every single step of that process. And while these channels take a few months to start generating real ad revenue, the upside for someone willing to be consistent is enormous. Now here's where I want to slow down and talk about the psychology of why most people will not take advantage of this window, even though they're watching this video right now. This is important and I need you to really hear it. The reason people miss these windows is never because they lack information. You now have more information about online income opportunities than any generation in human history. The reason people miss these windows is because of something psychologists call the ambiguity effect. This is a cognitive bias where people prefer a certain outcome with lower value over an uncertain outcome with higher value. In plain English, people would rather keep doing their 9-to-5 at $40,000 a year because it feels certain than take a shot at something that could produce 2 or 3 times that income but feels uncertain. The early adopters of every single internet wave I mentioned, the ones who made real money, they were not smarter than everyone else. They were not more talented. They were not more connected. They were simply more comfortable sitting with uncertainty and taking imperfect action while information was still incomplete. That is the actual skill. Not coding, not marketing, not any technical knowledge. The skill is tolerating discomfort long enough to learn by doing. And here's the brutal truth about this specific window we're in right now. The AI tools are evolving so fast that the information you need to get started is honestly incomplete by definition. Nobody has a fully figured out system yet because the tools themselves are still changing. That means the playbook isn't written, which means you can't wait for someone to hand it to you. The people winning right now are the ones writing the playbook as they go. But let me give you the practical starting point anyway, because I promised this would be actionable. If you wanted to start taking advantage of this window today, in March of 2026, here is the most direct path I can point you toward. Step 1 is to pick one specific type of business or one specific problem you want to solve. Don't try to help everyone. Pick a niche. Local restaurants, real estate agents, fitness coaches, whatever. Just pick one. The more specific you are, the faster you will build credibility and the easier it will be to market yourself. Step 2 is to spend 2 to 3 weeks genuinely learning the AI tools most relevant to your chosen niche. I'm talking about really using them, experimenting with them, breaking them, figuring out where they're genuinely useful versus where they fall short. You don't need a course for this, you need curiosity and time. Step 3 is to offer your services for free or at a steep discount to 2 or 3 businesses in your niche. Not because you should undervalue your work long-term, but because you need real-world experience, real testimonials, and real case studies before you can charge premium rates. This phase should last no more than 4 to 6 weeks. Step 4 is to document everything. Every problem you solve, every result you produce, every workflow you build. This documentation becomes your portfolio, your proof of concept, and eventually your content if you decide to build an audience around what you're doing. Step 5 is to raise your prices and start charging properly. Once you have 2 or 3 successful client examples and you understand your process, you are no longer a beginner. You are a specialist with a proven track record and you deserve to be paid accordingly. This is not complicated. It is not sexy. It is not the get-rich-quick version of this story that you may have been hoping for. But it is real. It is achievable, and most importantly, it is available right now in a way that it will not be in another 18 to 24 months when the market matures and the competition catches up. Let me address the skeptics directly for a moment because I know some of you are thinking this sounds too simple or that if it were this easy, everyone would be doing it. And that's a fair thought. But here's what you're missing. Simple and easy are not the same thing. The path I just described is extremely simple. It is not easy. It requires you to take uncomfortable action without a guaranteed outcome. It requires you to talk to strangers and offer your skills before you feel fully ready. It requires consistency over weeks and months when you're not yet seeing big results. Most people are not willing to do those things, and that is precisely why the opportunity still exists for the people who are. The internet has always rewarded early, imperfect action over late, perfect preparation. Every single time a new wave has come through, The people who said, "I'll wait until I understand it better," or "I'll start when things are more stable," were the people left watching someone else cash in on the opportunity they identified but never acted on. And they had to watch from the sidelines as that window closed and the early movers moved on to building real, lasting businesses. We are, right now, today, in a moment that I believe future people will look back on the way we look back on early YouTube or early Shopify. They'll say the tools were right there, the demand was right there, the barrier to entry was almost non-existent, and most people just didn't move. Don't be that person. The internet's easy money phases don't announce themselves with flashing signs. They don't come with a guarantee. They come wrapped in uncertainty and noise, available only to the people willing to see through the chaos and take the first step before it's obvious to everyone else. This is that moment. The window is open. The only question is what you're going to do with that information. If this video gave you a new perspective, share it with someone who you think is ready to hear this. And if you want to go deeper on exactly which AI tools and which specific strategies are producing results right now, I've covered all of that in detail in the next video, which is linked right here. Don't sleep on it. The clock is running.